There was a time when Brendan Fraser was everywhere. He wasn't just a movie star, he was the movie star. Funny, charming, athletic, and relatable. The kind of actor Hollywood built entire franchises around. Then, almost overnight, he disappeared. No scandal headlines, no dramatic farewell, just silence. For years, fans wondered, what happened to Brendan Fraser? Today, we're looking back at where he came from, how he rose so fast, why he vanished, and how he found his way back, stronger than ever. This is Brendan Fraser, then and now. Brendan Fraser was born in 1968 in Indiana, but his childhood was anything but ordinary. Because his father worked as a Canadian Foreign Service officer, Brendan grew up traveling the world, living in Europe, the Middle East, and Canada. That constant movement shaped him early, adaptable, observant, and deeply curious about people. Brendan didn't grow up dreaming of Hollywood fame. His love for acting came from live theater, not movies, especially after seeing stage productions in London as a teenager. He later attended Cornell University, where he studied drama seriously, not as a shortcut to fame, but as a craft. Even early on, friends described him as gentle, soft-spoken, and unusually kind for someone built like an action hero. Hollywood noticed Brendan Fraser fast, very fast. In the early 1990s, he landed roles that showcased both his physical presence and comedic timing. Encino Man, School Ties, George of the Jungle. But the real explosion came with the Mummy franchise. Brendan wasn't just the lead, he was the engine of those films. Performing his own stunts, running, fighting, hanging from rigs, repeating physically brutal scenes take after take. By the early 2000s, Fraser was doing such intense stunt work that doctors warned him his body was breaking down faster than an NFL player's. Yet the offers kept coming, and he kept saying yes. In 2003, something happened that would quietly alter the course of Brendan Fraser's life. Brendan later revealed that he was sexually assaulted by Philip Burke, then the powerful president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. According to Fraser, Burke grabbed him and ran his fingers up his back and into intimate areas during a professional encounter. Brendan described feeling shocked, ashamed, confused, and deeply shaken. This was an era when men did not speak publicly about assault, especially by powerful industry figures. Brendan didn't go public right away. Instead, he internalized it. And that silence came at a cost. After the assault, Brendan's career momentum slowed, but his physical pain worsened. Years of stunt damage led to multiple surgeries, chronic pain, long recovery periods. At the same time, he faced a painful divorce, crushing financial obligations, emotional isolation. As his body changed, so did Hollywood's interest. Harsh truth, the industry that once celebrated him quietly moved on. By the late 2000s, Brendan Fraser was no longer a leading man, and eventually barely cast at all. Fans noticed his physical transformation, but few understood why it happened. It wasn't neglect. It wasn't letting himself go. It was survival. For years, Brendan lived mostly outside the spotlight, until something changed. In interviews, he began speaking honestly about the assault, his depression, his physical pain, and how close he came to giving up, and then came the whale. The role required him to gain weight, embrace vulnerability, and expose emotional wounds he'd lived with for decades. It wasn't a comeback built on nostalgia, it was built on truth. Audiences responded, not with pity, but with respect. Brendan Fraser didn't return as an action hero. He returned as a human being, and Hollywood, finally, listened. What many fans still don't realize is just how much Brendan Fraser's body endured behind the scenes during his rise to fame. While filming action-heavy roles like the Mummy franchise, Fraser suffered repeated physical injuries, including torn knee ligaments that required surgery, a damaged vocal cord from years of shouting and stunt work, and spinal compression that eventually led to a laminectomy. He endured multiple back surgeries, battled chronic pain, and even suffered burns and exhaustion during extreme desert shoots, where sandstorms, heat, and magnesium-based effects pushed his body to the limit. And yet, despite all of it, the injuries, the setbacks, the silence, Brendan Fraser came back. not just healed, but stronger. His return wasn't about fame anymore. It was about survival, resilience, and finally being seen. This wasn't just a comeback, it was redemption. Thanks for watching Golden Memories. If you appreciate stories of resilience, second chances, and untold Hollywood truths, don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch the next video.